one woman did tell us that, yes, she has seen city officials or city employees out here cleaning the area in preparation to President Biden's visit.
Get off my lawn.
Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy Benny. Over the weekend, Joe Biden finally visited the southern border, the first time in his 700,000-year-long political career. What did Joe Biden see? Did he see death? Did he see murder? Did he see rape? Did he see all of the homelessness and the drug abuse and the cartels that run the border and all the poverty and horrors of the border? No. Joe Biden's border visit looked like this.
Getting a little bit of a show and tell there from...
Okay, so you can see Joe Biden's old dander tree head sitting there, and he's seeing a dog hop up in the back of a car. This is Biden going, oh, look at that.
What
There's a
law
car.
enforcement officials are doing there
Look
to
at that.
keep the flow
There's
of
a
drugs
good old boy.
coming into this country
Maybe I
from
can pull its tail
Mexico,
in the shower.
To
Want to shower with me, doggy?
Is
your name Ashley?
Turn out for some perspective on this.
Oh, look,
joining
it's a
now Democratic
suitcase.
strategist
Is
James
it filled with applesauce?
former Republican congressman and host of the White Flag
Maybe
podcast,
that's what
Joe
my
Walsh.
son's laptop is.
James,
Actually,
and Joe,
what the
I do
border
want to talk
looks
about
like,
Brazil,
ladies and
what's taking
gentlemen,
place in Brazil in
is
just a moment.
like this. This is a reporter for Frontlines, Turning Point USA production, going to El Paso and showing you what the border actually looks like. It looks like a homeless encampment inside of any blue city. Of course, this wouldn't be allowed in Texas. These criminal migrants have to camp out at a church in order to protect them from being deported. So this is what the fine city of El Paso has now been turned into. A massive, filthy, third world homeless shelter. This is the actual result of Joe Biden's policies. Now, Joe Biden wouldn't have the ability to see that because before Joe Biden got there, they cleared the city. Look at this. This is before and after. Before and after. Homeless people living on the streets. Before and after. This is what it looked like before. Here's what it looks like after they went through and they sanitized the streets by arresting the migrants. That's right. They actually finally arrested the migrants. Border Patrol Union tweeting, El Paso is being cleaned up. Nothing unusual ever happened there. Just in time for Biden's border visit. We suggest landing in Des Moines, Iowa, and telling him it's El Paso. He won't know the difference. Check this out. The before and after. Filth, drug abuse, homelessness on the streets. Now nothing. Ding. Isn't that beautiful? Leftists never have to live inside of the consequences of their own policies. And then when they do, they leave places like San Francisco and New York and flee to nice places like Florida and destroy them as well. Look at this. Migrants on the streets of El Paso. This is what it looks like. El Paso, which is a fine Texas city, has been turned into the world's largest, filthiest, third world homeless shelter. Check this out. So this is what the border of America looked like when Joe Biden got there. This is what it normally looks like. This is what it normally looks like. So they cleared all these people out. They went and arrested these people, moved them into facilities. They literally went and arrested all of the migrants on the streets. So if you actually want the Border Patrol and the police to do their jobs, just have Joe Biden visit. Man, Joe Biden should go live on the border.
This has had a lot of police presence. We've been reporting in the past couple of weeks of police coming here. They've been arresting people for maybe paraphernalia. They had access to marijuana. Those types of arrests. We spoke to one woman. We asked her, have people been cleaning this area in preparation for President Biden's visit? One woman did tell us that, yes, she has seen city officials or city employees out here cleaning the area in preparation to President Biden's visit.
Got it. Because of course. Yeah, because of course. Because Dear Leader is coming, so you gotta make sure that you have plenty of potatoes in your crops. The crops are better than ever, Dear Leader. Joe Biden finally visits southern border, gets greeted by angry protesters calling for his impeachment. A bunch of base Trump supporters out there calling to impeach 46 and impeach Joe Biden. He gets met with protesters everywhere he goes.
Cordial. The president, as we're told, has not read the letter that the governor handed yet. But there were also protesters in El Paso where we could see some people that were also not thrilled to see President Biden on the ground, or they may wanted to be paying more attention to what happens here on a daily basis. The president has also faced a lot of criticism for only coming into El Paso as opposed to some of the other barriers or the other ports that have also seen a large number of migrants trying to cross into the U.S. The big question, of course, John, is going to be what happens after the president's visit.
Nothing happens after the president's visit there. It just goes back into chaos. It goes back into hell on earth. Import the third world, you turn your country into the third world. This is what Joe Biden didn't see at the border. Hundreds of illegal immigrants recently arrived on U.S. soil cheer as the president drove his motorcade past their fencing. About 200 migrants waited at the border fence. After crossing onto U.S. soil, they cheered Joe Biden's motorcade as it raced past. It was an ironic twist to see a carefully staged, managed visit to El Paso. The president probably never knew he came within a few dozen feet of them because they got rid of all the criminal migrants. But there you can see Joe Biden's vehicle, his motorcade, flying by, and you can see the migrants cheering for Joe Biden. So actual patriots hold up impeachment signs for Joe Biden at the border, real Americans, and these criminal migrants, because they are criminals, they've broken our laws, cheer for the man who is allowing America to become the third world. Here from the Daily Mail. Yeah, they cheered as the Biden motorcade rolled past. This a just extreme blood-boiling insult to all of us. Joe Biden walking by and touring Donald Trump's fence, a fence which whose construction he defunded day one in office. So this is all a show. They're just putting on a giant show. Here are the migrants from third world. Here's the U.S. military. This is all a show. Here are they just walking across. They're just walking across. Here's Donald Trump's fence. The only thing keeping these migrants from Joe Biden, this is what it looks like. It's incredible. Here's what it actually looks like. The filth, the scum, the garbage, the illegality, the criminality. And then this is what Joe Biden sees. A couple border patrols holding some balls, holding some tennis balls, and a sausage. Tennis balls and a sausage. Got it. Great job, guys. This is what Biden saw. This is what Biden saw. There you go. This is what Joe Biden sees. And then this is what the reality is outside of what they're seeing, what the visiting angels are showing Joe Biden. Yeah. All right. So anyway, man, it makes enough to make your blood boil. Taking a photo op with the wall he defunded on day one. Proclamation of the termination of emergency with respect to the southern border. That's right. First thing Joe Biden did was terminate Donald Trump's wall, and then he goes and takes photo ops with it as a prop. It's absolutely infuriating, and people are getting pissed at this, including, but not limited to, members of the Texas delegation, congressional delegation, saying if Joe Biden wanted to see the real border, then he would actually begin building that wall all over again. Listen to this.
That you know so well.
Well, Arthel, if he had called me up and right now and Joe Biden said, Pat, what do you think I should do? I'd say, Mr. President, why don't you go down
a congressman from Texas
El Paso and go to the real sectors along the border. There's a 1,254-mile border with Texas and Mexico, and talk to the people on the ground there. Talk to the Border Patrol agents without cameras around. And I think if he did that and learned that 160 countries are represented by folks that have crossed the border over the last 2 years, that we've caught 98 people on the terrorist watch list, that they've seized 28,000 pounds of fentanyl, which could kill every single person on earth or every American about 21 times over. What I think his takeaway would be, Arthel, is that we truly do need to build a wall and other barriers, that we really do need to reinstitute the Wait Mexico policy.
And we really do need to build a wall. If Joe Biden actually went to the real southern border, Joe Biden didn't. Joe Biden toured a parking lot and a Salvation Army. He didn't actually go to the southern border. Then he went and toured Donald Trump's fence. Governor Greg Abbott, governor of Texas, handed Joe Biden a frosty letter welcoming the president as he arrives at the southern border, blasting him for visiting a sanitized city while demanding more to tackle illegal immigration. Greg Abbott essentially gave Joe Biden the business on the border. Greg Abbott has been fighting. Greg Abbott had this to say about BTFOing Joe Biden to his face.
So, listen, the president who caused the chaos of the border needed to be here. It just so happens he's 2 years at about $20 billion too late. He needs to step up and take swift action, including reimbursing the state of Texas for the money that we spent, but providing more resources for the federal government to do its job. Also, this is nothing but for show unless it begins to enforce the immigration laws already that exist in the United States of America that are contained in the letter that are provided to the president today.
What did he say to you? What did the president?
So, but Joe Biden was up and out fast. He spent less than 3 hours on the ground on the southern border. I guess he got a MAGA hat for his troubles. I don't know what he's leaving with the red hat. He took photos with Trump's wall. So I guess he must have gotten a MAGA hat out of it. If you visit Trump's wall, you get a free MAGA hat. Here's Joe Biden on the tarmac there, fleeing. Never wanted to go down there, getting completely destroyed later on Fox News by one of our very, very favorites. Listen.
Those citizens, by the way, who've done everything they can do and share their space, food, everything else. That's one thing. But the sanitation for the president's political protection was the fact that he goes to a migrant facility where they're intaking like 1,000 people a day. He tried to tell the president. The president's like, no, I just want an average number. He pushes back on this guy to give him a smaller number that he can live with. And he doesn't see one migrant at that facility. You've got 1,000 people. Adjusted number 300 to 400. And not one person is at the facility when the president shows up. You don't have to show their faces on camera. But my goodness, that is a cleanup of epic proportions. That's a lie.
Yeah, it is a total lie. This is what El Paso normally looks like. Completely and totally overrun by third world criminal migrants. Look at this. A disgusting homeless shelter and the migrant crisis, of course, under Joe Biden. Check this out. Crazy. Absolute craziness. The amount of people apprehended under Joe Biden, migrants crossing our southern border, has increased significantly to record levels under Joe Biden. Joe Biden doesn't care about you. He doesn't care about your family. Doesn't care about, of course, native-born Americans because you are the problem. You voted against Joe Biden. And so, ladies and gentlemen, it is very, very important to make sure that you know that you are worthless and that they don't care about your opinions and that they would very much be happy to import the third world in order to make your country worse, in order to reduce the amount of noise that they need to listen to from you. That is why we must get very, very noisy on these fronts. And it is also why Joe Biden should absolutely be impeached for this, because what is happening in the case for impeachment is very simple. Joe Biden's job is to uphold the Constitution, the laws of the United States, the laws that Joe Biden has helped pass in the Senate because he's been around for the last 50 years in the Senate. And so Joe Biden is personally responsible for these laws, is that you cannot enter the United States illegally. So what Joe Biden is de facto doing is breaking the law, and he should be impeached for it. He is violating his oath of office. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what we believe. What do you believe? Let us know in the comment section below. Should Joe Biden be impeached for his border crisis? Are you from Texas? Do you live in one of these communities? Let us know what your experience is, and if this Joe Biden visit meant anything to you. We hope it didn't. But that is why we keep fighting here, ladies and gentlemen. Keep fighting with us. Subscribe to the channel. Click like, click share, and thank you for listening this long. Keep memeing. We are winning. My name is Benny Johnson. See ya! Thank you for watching. Our channel is here to meme the libs until they cry and then to meme them crying. Their tears taste like ice cream. We ridicule the establishment, and we do so because of you. Your support keeps us going. So if you liked what you saw, please click the thumbs up. Please punch, subscribe, and ring the bell to let you know when we have a new video. Don't you want us to let you know when we're live? Please check out more of our videos here and sign up for our mailing list in case something happens and the plug gets pulled. We want to be able to keep in touch with you. My name is Benny Johnson, and thank you for watching. Based Patriots, stay free.